What is going on, everyone? It is the start of a brand new streaming month, which means a set upgrade, which means new stuff going on, great playthroughs, and all kinds of fun. On today's show, we got a lot to talk about. I've been off for a couple of days. I want to get you all caught up on everything that I've been involved in and this great 6-day streaming week ahead. We've got some schedule changes, but we've got some special events going on as well. It's going to be a great one. So I hope that you will stick around for technical issues on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast. If I can press the button.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Alrighty, folks, welcome to the show. Technical issues right from the start. Isn't that a good one? How's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. As I said, I haven't been around for a couple of days, and I've been messing with stuff. I've been trying to get new stuff working. I've been very busy with various different things, and I hope that you guys have been safe and had a good time without me. I understand that when I'm not around. There we go. When I'm not around, the world tends to fall apart or a million things tend to happen. It always seems to be the case, does it not? Like, seriously, when I'm not around, all of a sudden a million things start happening. And, always, never fails. You get news going on, you get all kinds of stuff. And FYI, I had a great couple of days with my family. All right, did a lot of good fun stuff with my wife. Also ran my errands and stuff that I usually do. It also has been an incredibly crazy busy couple of days for me. I got a lot done in a short period of time, which is great. But at the same time, I wish that with all the stuff that I did in the last couple of days, I wish that I had got to really relax more, which I didn't. Sadly, instead, it was a lot of I had a whole day out with Kat. That was good. We did a lot of stuff and we did a lot of fun. I'm going to talk about that. And then we had another day where it was half me, running errands and then coming home and trying to relax. But then we had this thing we had to do and this thing we had to do. And then I wanted to set stuff up in this office. And then I had this thing and oh my God. So it would be nice to just have a day where I don't have to do anything. But it just really hasn't happened in a long time. It's just been thing after thing after thing after thing. So many things. Geez, Elimination Chamber was last night and I watched it before I went to sleep, which was very exciting. It actually was one of the better WWE pay-per-views that I've seen, in ages, and definitely is probably the best piece of WWE content I've seen since I started watching it again back in January. So much going on. Let's start at the beginning, though, before we get too far ahead of ourselves. So today is Sunday, the 2nd of March, 2025. It's my first streaming day of the month, and this will be a 6-day streaming week. Okay, 6 straight days of content, whether it's gaming, whether it's, podcasting, whether it's a wrestling commentary show, Legos, everything. We got a big variety of stuff going on this week. I also have some improvements to the set and or new features that I'll be testing out this week that hopefully will work out. Shall we begin at the beginning? Let's begin at the beginning. As you can see, the set has been changed around a bit. And for some of you, this might be jarring. Wait, what? Just taking a look behind me, as you can see, you might say, well, this looks completely different, right? Well, it's because I redesigned the back wall. I now have these central panels of this soundproofing as blue, and I took the white panels and I put them on the outside. Okay, so by doing this, now you see more of the colorful RGB setup on the sides than you did before, because before the edges actually were colored and therefore you didn't get to see it on those ends there, right? So now you can see a little bit more of it, and I think that works pretty nice. But at the same time, it looks a little different behind me because it's a darker backdrop than it's been. So it might take a little bit of getting used to. And the thing is, I have 3 colors, blue, black, and white. And I can alternate between these whenever I want. So we'll see how it goes this month, but I think, between the months, I may change them around and stuff like that. But it totally makes it look different, doesn't it? Like the room actually looks significantly different simply because I changed the wall panels around. Okay. Now, as for the rest of my setup, I shuffled it around again so that we have some different stuff this month. So here on my left hand side, well, your right, but my left, of course, we've got my Divum Pixu 64 frame. And this month we have some St. Patrick's Day themed stuff. I might change it up later on in the month to be more generically spring themed as we head towards spring later on in March. I actually got this really cool like decorations, like are supposed to look like our old style replica microphone. I thought that'd be pretty nice for something, just to be on screen that's not, digital and it's not even gaming related. But hey, I mean, let's be honest. I'm doing a ton of content that isn't necessarily just gaming related. The podcasting, the wrestling commentary, now I'm doing this Lego show. And it basically is, things that aren't related to a video game. So why not have something that's just more related to be like a broadcaster, right? On my right, obviously, we still have the botanical Legos that we started building last week. That's the first third of it, right? So that's cool. We also have something really neat that most of you probably don't remember at all, but actually used to be something that was in my background a very long time ago. Okay? What you're seeing right here is a very special, incredibly limited edition Super Mario Brothers pin set. This set was only available if you were part of Club Nintendo back when it existed. If you don't know, over a decade ago, Nintendo used to have a rewards program. And this rewards program was points that you would save up as you bought Nintendo games. This was around the time when I started as a YouTuber. So I was buying a ton of Nintendo games and saving up these points. If you had enough points at the end of a given year, they would have a grand finale prize that very few people would get. Like sometimes only like 1,000 people would get this grand finale prize across the whole globe. Well, I saved up and got it. And it was this very limited edition pin set. I think it's actually numbered. I didn't check the numbering, but I'm pretty sure it's numbered because they didn't make many of them. And it's characters from all Super Mario Brothers 1. You got your standard Mario, your Goomba. Then you've got Luigi. There's a Hammer Brother, Cheap Cheap, Bullet Bill, Lakitu. You even got Toad there, the power-ups. And, at the bottom there, you got Princess Toadstool, even King Koopa. And they're all colored different colors, which is pretty neat. So anyway, yeah, like that's pretty cool. And I've had it in my closet for over a decade unused. I used to have this in my background when I lived in Connecticut. I had it sitting on my countertop when I used to do things like the channel updates. I would pull this out, and I just happened to be going through, all of my collectibles and stuff. And I was like, oh, I haven't even used this once in my setup. Why not pull this out for something different, right? It'd be kind of cool. So I got that out there. And by the way, Club Nintendo has been defunct for over a decade. Nintendo replaced it with another rewards program, which they're now phasing out too. So that's so old. It was the old rewards program that was phased out, replaced with another rewards program that's also phased out. So pretty cool back when Nintendo actually used to care about their, about their stuff. Kind of sad how things have changed over the years. Seriously. Anyway, so that's cool. And then I brought back the Sony Symbols sign for this month. I haven't used this since what was it? Like October, November. So this is cool because now we basically have alternation between a lot of different things. So we got Nintendo, we've got Sony, right? We got more generic because remember I have the gaming animations in the frame as well that I'll be using over the course of the month. So it's a good variety of a layout for this month. Okay. And I hope you like it. Looks, like I said, looks very different. And, I love feedback. But I kind of just got tired of seeing the white behind me constantly. I said, well, let's change it up this month. Let's do it a little different, see how it looks. And I think it looks good. Surprisingly enough, the blue does catch the light, but it catches it more generically. Like it still looks blue. When the white tiles catch the light, they look like the color that they're catching. While in this case, the blue just kind of looks blue, but the background still looks great. Look, it still looks really good. So Good stuff. And like I said, I can also alternate out different panels to black. I'll be honest, I wish they had more colors. I do. I wish that they had made more. They've only made the 3. And from what I'm to understand, they don't actually make them anymore. Like these panels, what's out there in the wild is what they have to sell, and that's it. Like they don't have any more of these panels that they're making anymore. I think they might be out of production. I wonder if they'll make a new kind in the future. And as you can see, no Tesla lamp. I've had that Tesla lamp in the setup for many, many months, and it looks cool, but after a while, you kind of get tired of it. You're like, it's been in the setup for so long, time to, swap it out or whatever, okay? Now, the other thing, I already showed this off, and I just want to show it again. I do have a new 3-camera setup, all right? And just to show it off briefly for you, as we're getting started here. So this is my new 3-camera setup. And you might say, holy shit, wait, what? I know I have 3 different webcams, 3 different webcams, 3 different webcams that I can all use simultaneously. All right. You might say, wait a minute, what the hell is Phil ever going to use all these webcams for? Well, we've already got ideas. Last week I started with my first ever Lego stream, and it went all right. I thought it looked good, but this setup will now allow me to actually build the Legos right in front of you in a close-up manner, right? So you can actually see it all right in your face. It's going to be pretty neat. Now, this is also going to be utilized for all different things. For example, DSP Tries It is coming up this week, and it's going to be pizza time, a special pizza edition. Now, what pizza am I getting? I don't know yet. We haven't decided. But I could show you the actual food up close now. Right? I could go to this angle and show you up front and then go back to the normal angle and eat the food. You know what I mean? Also, for other things, for example, on Smart Guys this week, I'm going to be unpacking some Topps cards. And I could actually unpack the cards here live and show you what I'm getting as I'm unpacking them. Right? That could be really, really cool. Something different, something new that we haven't done before. Now, another idea that I have, but I'm not sure how to implement it yet, would be if I play fighting games. This obviously doesn't work because I don't put my joystick here. I put my joystick on my lap here, but maybe repositioning this camera slightly so that it would actually show the joystick on my lap as I'm playing. The only bummer about that is that's going to take up more screen space. And already when you're playing fighting games, you don't want to block the action. So I'd have to figure out a way to do it. We might experiment a bit with that. I mean, there's no rush on that, but I like that idea that we can maybe do that as well. Okay. So that's pretty cool, right? I think it's pretty neat. And I want to thank everyone for all of your feedback, for all of your ideas, because it kind of led to me realizing, oh yeah, I have that 3rd camera, and maybe I could actually use that for something useful as opposed to just having sit around and never using it. So that's cool, right? I keep in mind that I still have the wide angle shot that we can now use for various different things too. And I have something I want to show all of you. This is what I'm actually most excited for. All right, you ready for this? So as you know, in the last month or so, I got the wide angle shot working. And when I got the wide angle shot working, we were doing a new face cam for gameplay. And if you remember, what I do is I basically swap to that angle and I turn on my secondary key light that's behind there, which adds a whole bunch of additional light to the room, right? And when I'm using it, it shows me from a face angle, face first, because otherwise I was like this, and you were seeing me from this side profile, and a lot of people didn't like the side profile. They were like, oh, your hands are disappearing in it, and it doesn't look right, so can you change that around, okay? And so, I've worked on this and tried to figure out ways to make it work, okay? But admittedly, a little disappointed with how it worked out. And the reason really is I'm using this background removal tool. See? You can actually, it's funny that you can see me behind myself here. Let's get rid of this. This background removal tool, okay, is good. It is. It's good. But as you can see, there's a problem. It has an issue with my chair. And I don't know why it has an issue with my chair. It doesn't seem to have an issue with me. Like it does, it's fine. It works well with me. But my chair, it always has this issue where my chair seems to phase in and out of existence, right? Now, for the most part, when I'm doing this, it's not a big deal, but it has become more jarring during gameplay because when I'm doing it on a podcast like this, I'm doing this for a few seconds, a minute, and then I go back, it's like, okay, no big deal. But if I'm doing gameplay, all right, basically then what happens is you're seeing that chair go woo, 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 constantly. All right. And it's very annoying. I'm not going to lie. It actually bothers me a lot that it's doing that. And I've been trying to figure out ways to fix it, different lighting situations. Nothing's really worked. So finally, okay, I decided I'm going to try something new or different. Someone had suggested the other day, they said you can get seat covers. And if you get a seat cover, that will cover your chair. And then you can mess around with your streaming settings and make the chair disappear fully. This is what a lot of streamers do. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll have to look into it. Right? I'll have to figure this out. Like, can I get one or whatever? So I did. I ordered one the other day off of Amazon. And it's one of the, neon green, what do they call it? Like highlighter green or whatever you want to call it, seat cover. And it's supposed to be large size because this is a large chair. It's actually a big chair compared to other, office chairs. It's wide and everything. So I ordered the large and it was supposed to come yesterday. Okay. So all during my day off on Friday, I'm spending time with my wife or whatever. And I keep checking and I get an alert update from Amazon. I said, alert, what is this? And I check it. It says, I'm not even kidding you. I wish that this was an exaggeration. I really do. But this is the reality of my life. Okay. It says, customer alert, your shipment was destroyed by USPS. It is so damaged that we are no longer going to deliver it. We're just going to have it come back to us, in which case we're going to credit you. If you want it, you have to order it again. What? How do you destroy a seat cover? Like, what did they do exactly? Like, was it something like, like Looney Tunes? Like they were on a cliff, they threw it off the cliff by accident, like Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote ran off the cliff or dropped it. Did they stick an arrow through it? Was there a stick of dynamite? Did it explode? Was there like a big inferno? Did they actually drive the USPS truck into a volcano? Like, how do you destroy a seat cover? I could see if they said, oh, we lost it, right? No, they said it was so badly damaged in transit that we're returning it to Amazon and you're going to get credit for it. And I was like, it's not even fragile. It's fabric. How do you destroy it? Well, there's an Acme anvil fell on it, but it's a seat cover. You can't, that wouldn't hurt it. You know what I mean? So how did this happen? I just don't get it. So I had to reorder. And when I reordered, the only way that I could get it in time to show up for today was to order the wrong size. But it might still work. So I ordered a medium. All right. And it did show up actually yesterday, like late yesterday. And as I was doing stuff in the office, I was like fumbling with it, messing around with it. And, well, would you like to see it? Would you like to see the seat cover? And would you like to see it in action? And we can determine if it works. All right, let's do it. Right here. Very exciting. As you can see, it is a neon green seat cover. Okay, neon green. And the problem is because it's not the right size, it's a little tricky to get on. Like, it probably wouldn't be as hard to get on if it were large, but I couldn't get the large because USPS destroyed it. Yeah. So what you got to do to get this to work, it's like putting on like a jacket. So it's like your chair is going to go outside. It's a little windy and maybe a little damp. So you got to put a jacket. It's like putting a coat on your small child as it's going outside. Okay. So here we go. So you put it on the top and then you got to stretch it out over the top of the chair. It just barely fits. Like, it really should be the large size, but there. So it's very exciting, right? Now it looks horrible, right? It does. Like, who would want to sit on a neon green chair? So I'm definitely not going to leave it on all the time. I'm only going to have this on when I'm doing gameplay. However, as you're about to see, it actually works pretty well. So here's my wide angle shot, okay? But now here's my wide angle shot. With all the effects on. And it actually looks even better when I have my lighting off. Right now my lighting is on, so you see purple lighting around me and stuff. But with the lighting off, you'll see nothing at all. So it actually worked well. You know, can you believe it? I didn't expect it to work that well, but it actually is working really well. So the chair no longer will phase in and out of existence at all when I'm doing this in gameplay. It'll just be me, which is the whole point, you know. But it is annoying that I had to go out these extra lengths to keep making this, you know, it's kind of like, you know, let me put it this way. All those years I didn't care, right? All those years I didn't give two shits about my setup. I was basically just getting by, right? Now it's kind of like for me, it's all or nothing. So now that I've gone in on, oh, I want my setup to look good and I want to have all this tech and all these features, right? That's all well and good. But as you can see, it just amounts to more and more work. So it's like, oh, I want to do, you know, green screen stuff. Well, guess what? This is what it would look like because the thing's all messed up and the effect doesn't really work right. See? So now I got to get a chair cover so I could do this. It's like, well, so what's next, right? Like, what's the next thing? And by the way, just so you know, it actually looks better with the lights off too. Like I said, because I have the lights on, see there's purple on my hair and everything. That won't be there when the lights are off. So I will turn off the lights when I you know, play games. You won't see that. But this is just a demo to show you how it works. And then to show you also how it works. So the camera will now follow me as I move. So I can move around and I can update, I could do this, update my leaderboard, come back over here. And you see just a tiny bit of the edge of the chair and that's it, not a lot. And then it goes right away. So it works. It absolutely does work. It's just a lot of work to get it to work, you know. I wish I could have got the large cover, but at this point, I guess the medium fits. So I guess I don't need to care about the large cover. It's not that big of a deal, right? Okay. And so updates continuing. Now, obviously, it looks terrible, right, when I'm doing it this way. However, one funny thing about it is that if I do this and I chroma key it out, actually, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to just chroma key it out. Hold on. Now, look what happens. Now, half my set has disappeared when you chroma key. And this is what I was trying to explain to Rich last week, is that you can't just chroma key randomly your set because other things are affected. Like Review Tech has glasses that he wears all the time. So when he chroma keys that out, it makes his eyes like black. You know what I'm saying? So it looks awful. So you can't just chroma key anything at any time. It doesn't work. Okay, which is why I think it's funny. Look, like half the stuff disappears. Look at that. Rows of the pins disappear. Stuff, look, Philomania disappears. That's actually kind of funny. Anyway, so just messing around with it. But I'm going to remove the cover. I'm not going to leave the cover on the chair when I'm just, you know, here podcasting or whatever. So let me get rid of the cover now. Here we go. So I will put the cover on when I begin with gameplay. I just have to remember to do it because I guarantee you, originally, I'm just not gonna remember to do it. I'm not. I'm gonna forget, and people are gonna be like, "What about your cover?" I'm gonna be like, "Oh yeah." Okay. So remind me to do it because I'd like to actually have it. I bought it and everything, right? So, all right. So as you can see, that's all the improvements to the things. We have 3 cameras set up. I have a new chair removal, so the chair won't be in the shots anymore, right? All kinds of stuff, new backgrounds. Everything's been improved for the month of March. March is going to be a fun month. There's a lot of stuff going on this month, including new games. Did you know there's a new game this week? I bet you didn't even know. That's right. This very week is the Suikoden collection, Suikoden 1 and 2 redone. And I'm very excited for that collection. It actually comes out, I believe, Thursday. And yeah, I'm going to play it. But I'm nervous, of course, about this because when it comes to me playing RPGs, I don't usually get a lot of attention. And in addition to that, this is a classic RPG from the PlayStation 1 era. And I have absolutely no idea at all how this is going to work, if people are going to show up or not. But we've got a lot of stuff actually going on in the month of March. It's actually mostly geared towards the second half of the month. So we got WWE 2K25 in the middle of the month, and I have no clue if I'm playing that yet or not. We got Assassin's Creed Shadows, which obviously I'm going to check out. I'm just going to get Ubisoft Plus. Atom Fall is coming out at the end of the month. I believe there's something else during the month as well. There was something else that I didn't put on that release schedule that people were interested in seeing me play. So yeah, that Sure Shot says, what about Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4? Because it might actually come out this month. There's a big hype thing that they're doing in 2 days, this big like announcement event, and everyone is expecting to get concrete information about it. I am down for that. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 was an excellent collection that came out, a few years ago, and I absolutely loved playing it. So I'm down for that. I'm going to continue on with my playthroughs of Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza, and Hawaii. I'm going to keep playing Call of Duty. We're going to have some fighting games mixed in. We even have to decide what I'm playing tonight. I don't even know what I'm doing on the late stream tonight. I want to do a indie game, a chill indie game stream, but I'm not sure what to play. I have a few options, like Fast Food Simulator or Lorelei of the Laser Eyes or whatever. Like, there's interesting indie games that have come out, and I want to get another one in the rotation because now I haven't played one in a bit, but I'm not sure what to do. So... anyway, yeah, we got all this stuff going on. It's going to be an exciting month for sure. This month is going to be exciting. Of course, we've got the big lead up to WrestleMania going on in WWE. So the episode of Smart Guys should be great. I do have an update on Smart Guys this week. All right. Sadly, I'm canceling the show entirely. I've been completely snaked by PPP. And so the show is completely canceled. I'm just kidding. No, we're just delaying it a couple of days. And here's why. Because those guys from Kino Casino have been on vacation. And let me put it this way. There's not a guarantee that everything will be ready to go by Tuesday for PPP to return to the show. So rather than say, yes, we're doing it Tuesday, and then all of a sudden we can't do it, we're just going to delay it a couple of days. It doesn't really matter. We're going to still talk about the same topics. We're going to talk about Elimination Chamber. We're going to talk about Monday Night Raw. All right. So the show this week is going to take place Thursday. So Smart Guys will be coming up this Thursday, the 6th, March 6th, okay? So mark your calendars, Thursday, March 6th, all right? You gonna do it? I hope so. I hope that you'll put it on your calendars, all right? So that's coming up. I'm trying to think what else I want to talk about before we get, because I have so many topics to talk about. It's absolutely insane, okay? It is. It's absolutely ridiculous. I forgot my mug. I need to get a mug to put this drink in because I don't like just drinking it out of the bottle. I want to put it back in my nice Level 1 podcast mug, but I forgot it today. I was running around doing a million things this morning. I really was, all right? So allow me to just very briefly just get past one piece of garbage, and then we can move on, all right? So ladies and gentlemen, as you know, for 2 days, 2 entire days, I wasn't here, all right? And as I said, it seems like whenever I'm not around, people on the internet get stir crazy. What do I mean by that? I mean, let's be honest. There is an entire ecosphere of people who depend on me for content because they're a bunch of no-load leech losers who can't make content for themselves. So if I'm not around, they have nothing to talk about. So they start making some of the most crap content. They start going off the deep end. They start losing their minds. And that's exactly what happened in the last 2 days. Like, seriously, no exaggeration, just out of control nonsense. And the truth is, I have absolutely positively nothing to do with it. I was spending time with my family. You know what I mean? I was doing that. I was busy, and I wasn't even aware of any of the stuff going on at all until this morning when I was like, okay, it's time to prepare for the show. And so I start opening up social media. I start opening up stuff. And we got people to, Phil, did you hear this? Did you hear that this person did this? This person went on this show and said this, that this person's doing this, that this person's threatening this person, that this is going on, and this and that and this. And I said, no, and neither do I care. I'm not involved with any of this. Maybe you don't understand this, but I'm trying to make it as clear as possible. I'm one person who streams in his own space, right? I just make content for my viewers. I have a great time doing it every day. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful family. I have a good thing going here. I make a good living doing it, right? Things are on the up and up. I'm having a great time. And I'm not involved with any of this toxic, negative, stupid crap on the internet at all. These people created a drama sphere around me because they have absolutely no skills or talents. So they're leeches, they're parasites, okay? They don't have anything to put out on the internet of worth. So instead, they create a giant ecosystem of how do we leech off of someone who has work, okay? So in the last couple of days, literally the internet exploded with drama that I had absolutely no involvement with whatsoever. Zero. I didn't even know about any of it until this morning. And I was like, this is so stupid. Because again, now here I am. I'm just trying to shave, shower, get my stuff ready for the show, have breakfast with my wife. And instead, it's like, look at this drama, look at this drama, look at this drama. You know what? No, fuck this drama. I have nothing to do with it. All right? Really. It's this simple. I have no involvement with any of it, period. Right? You guys know me. You know my content. You know I literally don't bother anyone. The only time that I ever get involved in is when someone fucking bothers me first. If someone fucks with me, then I'll mess with them back to some extent, and then I get bored with it and I move on, right? I am not having long-term engagement with these idiots. I want nothing to do with these morons who every single time they open their mouths about me, my detractors come running and give them attention, right? So I don't care. To be frank, I just don't give two shits about any of this, and it doesn't involve me at all. The bottom line is everyone wants to bring up DSP because they know when they put my name in their mouth, they get attention because they're talking about me. You get it? Not because of them, because of me. Do you see my point? If one day I turn off my camera and I don't broadcast, they got nothing and they lose their minds. And then all of a sudden they got to do the most crazy shit to try to get attention. They got to, they just go nuts, right? They're losers. And so I have absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with any of the nonsense that these idiots do, nor will I ever. And the fact that anyone would think that because someone brings up my name in anything that I'm involved, you're an idiot. No, I'm going to say it again. Just because someone name drops someone, if you think that they're involved, you are a functional retard. Do you get it? You're a moron. You're a mouth drooler. And you don't deserve anyone's attention, and no one should have to address it, okay? I have nothing to do with any of the nonsense these idiots try to perpetuate on the internet. I want nothing to do with it. I have my own business and my own space where I can function, and I am very successful at that. And I don't ever go outside of that space because I don't want drama from anywhere else. So if you think I'm ever involved in any of this stuff, you're the problem, not me. Because I'm not going to sit here and constantly defend myself against every single time someone says DSP or Darkside Phil or Phil Burnell. I don't have to. Do you get it? Because intelligent people don't think that way. Only morons on the internet do. So I have nothing to do with anything. I don't even want to know about it. I'm not involved in it. If you bring it up, enjoy your permanent ban. Don't ask for an unban because I'm not giving you one. I have a life and I have things to do that are way more important than to be wrapped up in the shit that you stirred when I had 2 days off because you don't have a life. Do you get it now? Was that clear enough? I think I've made myself very, very transparent and clear on this issue. There'll be no swaying on it. If you fuck with me and you bother me and you piss me off and you waste my time, you're gone. Absolutely no exceptions. I don't care if you're someone who just showed up today for the very first time or you're someone who's been part of this community for 25 years. If you start drama and you drop my name, you're gone. Get it? I think that's clear. All right? So now we can move on. Cool. Okay. Oh, let's see. So I have so much to talk about. Really, I have so much to get to today. That's good. Parasolo says, I have no idea what you're referencing. That's a good thing. You want to know why, Parasolo? You don't know what I'm referencing? Because you're a normal person. because you're a normal person who doesn't sit on the internet and hyper focus on drama and start shit because I'm not around. Like, that's what people do. I'm not around, so we have nothing to talk about. We're bored, so let's just start a bunch of drama and try to fucking get everyone riled up. No, but normal people don't do that. Like, oh, Phil's gone for 2 days. I guess I'll come back in 2 days, right? But not these idiots on the internet, these crazy fucking, weirdo people with no brains and no fucking hearts and no morals or any. They're just completely nuts. They're not like us. They're not. Okay. So, let's see. Someone just got banned, so go ahead and continue it and see what happens, stupid. Right? What a complete moron. All right. So let's talk. First of all, let's talk about the schedule. All right, because now the schedule is going to change and shift around a bit, and that's okay. That's totally fine. But you should be aware of what's happening with said schedule, so that way you're not confused. Because Smart Guys is moving. This now means that we're probably going to have a Lego night this week. And then I want to talk about my day off a bit. What I did on my day off. We got to talk about a lot of things. One thing that we have to figure out: DSP Tries It is coming up. All right. In fact, you know what? Let's start with that. That's actually a good place to start. Okay. So I want to say thank you. The month of February was great. The month of February had outstanding levels of support. And we hit tons of goals, tons of rewards. We're already half of the way to the new goal. We're at 35 out of 40 goals hit here. All right. That's awesome. We're halfway to our reward goal. Now, let's talk about it. All right. What is going on with that? What are we going to do, etc.? So the reward goal this coming week is going to be pizza time. That's right. We're going to have a pizza party here on stream for DSP Tries It. I haven't had any fast food pizza on DSP Tries It in many, many years, actually. The pizza that I've had has usually been like of higher quality from like a restaurant. That's like I think I had the Rock Woodfire Pizza at one point a couple years ago. So it's been good stuff. But you guys said we got to do some pizza. But we got to figure out what pizza it's going to be. And the thing is, we're going to now use my new setup to show off the pizza. I know this is silly, but you actually have, hey, here's the pizza. Show it up close and see, top-down view before I eat it and everything. It's going to all be very, very scientific now. DSP Tries will be very different because now I have such a better setup, okay? So, TMNT collab is rubbing off. I guess so. It's funny because we're doing the TMNT collab in Call of Duty, and it just so happens that we're doing a pizza party this week, right? All right, so we got to get to 40 goals. And when we get to 40 goals, we're doing DSP Tries It pizza. Now, we talked about some different pizzas, but I already want to say, out of all the ones that were eligible, here's what we were talking about. Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Little Caesars, and Domino's. We've been talking about it's like, Little Caesars is just not very good. Little Caesars is meant to be the pizza place that, like, you don't have a lot of money. You don't have a lot of time. You literally need to go grab food immediately and get into it, right? That would be that when you go there. It's not even, I tell you right now, we get Little Caesars, it ain't going to be good at all. It's going to be shit. I mean, it's meant to be. It's not meant to be good. So I think I'm just going to make the executive decision and say, we're not going to do Little Caesars, all right? It's just shitty. Okay, maybe specifically if Little Caesars ever has something new or different or weird that we want to try, I would do it for DSP Tries It. But since this is a more generalized one, I don't think we're going to do that. All right, so it's going to be between Domino's, Pizza Hut, and Papa John's. We got to determine within the next couple of days what it's going to be because we're going to hit these goals and we're going to need to order the pizza. All right, now I don't know if you guys think that anything from any of those places would be better or worse. The way I see it, if we order, what it'll do is we'll probably order 2 different kinds of pizza and then maybe like an appetizer. So, for example, let's say that we ordered Domino's. It would probably be a regular hand-tossed pizza of one variety, a New York-style pizza of another variety, and then maybe the breadsticks, right? Or, I don't know, if we got Pizza Hut, maybe we get a stuffed crust pizza, a different kind of pizza, and then some, bites or something for the appetizer, right? That's what I'm thinking, okay? So we need to talk about this seriously in the next couple of days. And I'm not saying we have to determine it right now, but this is something we have to figure out in the next couple of days because I don't want to, last minute be rushing. And also I want to say, hey, this is what we're doing so people know and they get more excited, right? So I love your opinions on this. Please let me know your thoughts all right, on what you would like for the pizza party that we're going to be doing this week when we hit the DSP Tries It goal of 40. All right. Now, in addition to that, we got an impending goal of 50. That's probably going to be hit within about a week to 2 weeks, tops. It usually takes about a couple weeks, to hit 10 goals. And in regards to that, we're going to do a marathon. All right. And the marathon is going to be a day-long gaming event where I'm drinking. We'll have some food. My wife actually wants to make food for said marathon this time. So rather than me ordering out, instead, it'll be like having some food that she made for the event, which will be kind of nice. So that'll be fun. But the question is, what kind of marathon do we want to do? Excuse me. And we've had all these ideas, one of which was continuing the classic Mega Man Rage-a-thon that I did back in January, which we could do. It's been a couple months now. Or we could do a variety of point-and-click PC adventure horror games like 11th Guest, Maniac Mansion, Harvester, and stuff like that. Or we could do the Five Nights at Freddy's Torture-thon, where I force myself to play a whole bunch of Five Nights at Freddy's games over and over, and that could be good too. All right? So basically, the way I see it, there's a lot of valid things we could be doing. All right? But we haven't really come to any distinct conclusion yet. I do feel like we should determine this by the middle of this week, so that way we can hype it. Like, basically, by the time we do DSP Tries It Pizza Party, I want to know what this marathon is going to be. So that way we can promote it for the next week. We can get people excited and start contributing to hit the goals and stuff so we can do it. All right? So let's do that. Let's figure that out. Seventh Guest or 11th Hour, I combined the two. So one game is called 7th Guest, one game is called 11th Hour, and I said 11th Guest. I combined the two. They're two different games. They're both point-and-click style, like suspenseful horror games, okay? So, cool. So, we'll figure this out. So, Pizza Party is priority 1. Let's figure out what pizza we're doing this week. And then Marathon is priority 2. Let's figure out both of those things, okay? Cool. Let's figure it all out and go from there. So let's start talking. Again, this is not something we're going to determine right now, but I would love to hear your opinions during the streams. Let me know what you think. If we can even determine the pizza by the end of today, I'd be totally cool with that. But I guess the question is, let's talk and try to figure out what the pizzas will be, so that way I know what to do. Okay. Now, in regards to this, okay, we're at 35 goals. All right. If you do the math, well, I'm here 6 days this week, right? Let's say that we try to hit the goal every stream. Well, then we could potentially be doing this pizza party as early as Tuesday. All right. If we hit one goal a stream, but keep in mind, that's not how it works. Sometimes we hit multiple goals during a stream. Sometimes we don't hit a goal at all. It all depends. And this week is a little weird because I think there's some streams that'll do better, some streams that'll do worse. I don't even know what we're doing tonight yet, which we're going to talk about in a moment. So who knows what kind of an audience we'll get for tonight's late stream, right? So assuming we hit 2 goals a day, it'll be Tuesday. Assuming we don't, it'll probably be Wednesday or Thursday. As long as it's in the middle of this week, like Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, it would be perfect, okay? So let's make that our goal. Let's try to hit 40 goals hit by the middle of the week-ish, and that would be absolutely perfect. It coincides with my wife's work schedule, so she doesn't have to cook on a certain day, you know what I'm saying? So I think that would be cool. So, good stuff there. Now, also, the thing is, like, Abdullah just brought this up, right? He goes, well, since there's a Ninja Turtles event going on in Black Ops 6, could we time it so that, like, maybe the day you're playing Black Ops 6 Ninja Turtles, then you could have the pizza party right after? Yes, we could do that. Like, totally, we could actually do that. But I guess the question is, are we going to hit the goals? So, for example, this morning, so far, I have 1 tip, and that's it. So we are 45 minutes into the podcast, and I have 1 contribution. So probably we're not going to hit the goal this stream, right? I mean, I don't know. So let's start getting motivated here, right? I think Abdullah has a good idea. I think it's a good idea. Do a Ninja Turtle stream in Call of Duty and then have the pizza party right after. It's themed and it ties in, right? So my schedule this week is all over the place because, we're kind of following up on stuff and doing different things. So the schedule that I actually have on my screen here isn't even true. It's like it's mostly wrong. Okay. So what I think we'll do is today, the schedule will be avowed on the first stream. We'll see if it's still good, if it's chill fun, and if I want to keep doing avowed in my schedule, or if we just want to say, it's not that good, and we retire the game and we move on and do other stuff. To be frank with you, I don't really care either way. I think that avowed is a fine game for chill fun, but the plot isn't that good so far, although I haven't really gotten that far into the plot. When we've played it, we've seemed to have fun. Like when we played Avowed, the gameplay elements seem sound, the exploration is interesting, the enemy variety has been decent, the graphics are good on PC. I don't really have a complaint about it, but it seems like most people who've been playing Avowed already quit it and said it sucks. But I didn't really get far enough to even make that distinction. I mean, we played Avowed 2 hours last week. So we're not really getting far enough to make these distinctions. You know what I'm saying? So I guess today we're going to play it again, and let's see what happens. If I play it and we enjoy it and we have a great time, then maybe we'll keep it in the rotation. Or maybe we play it today and we're like, wow, this kind of sucks. And then we say, all right, that was it. And we don't do it anymore, right? So let's find out. Let's play today and we'll make the determination together if we want to keep it going or not. For me, I'd be okay either way. Okay. Now on my late stream tonight, I want to do an indie game. And there's a bunch of different options that are juggling around. And I'm trying to see, how do you see your wish list in the store? Because there's a bunch of games that I tagged, like your wish list or whatever, but I don't even know how you see it. Like, how do I access that? Here it is, wish list of 10. Okay. So to take a look at some of these games that we've tagged. Oh, I can actually use wait a minute, I could use my new camera for this. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, wait, I don't have the chair cover on. Forget that. I don't have the chair cover on. We're not doing that. All right. So, whoa. Some of these games aren't out yet. Like this one isn't out yet. This one isn't out yet. And some of these are games that we were talking about for the point and click event if we do it. So these wouldn't be out. But I was looking at some of the ones that people had brought up. Like they were like this Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. It came out last year in May and apparently has insanely good reviews. See, very, very positive, almost 2,000 very positive reviews. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Like, what the hell is this? It looks creepy. What the hell? Look at that. What is that? Has anyone played this game and know about it? And do you think that it's good? The other game that we've been talking about for a while, since December, was Fast Food Simulator, which did actually come out in December, which is a joke game. It's not a serious game, but it could be kind of silly. You're unloading, you're making food, you're dicking around, you're making mistakes, and you can make your character. It could be just kind of a silly game, not anything too serious or anything, right? Or if you guys have other suggestions, like some people are saying, Emily Wants to Play. What is that? Isn't that just another one of these generic horror games? There. Oh my God, look at her face. Ugh. Dude, it's 10 years old. The game is so old. What the fuck? Let's play at midnight. There's a doll sitting there. I've never played this before, but oh, look at that. So all these dolls, like toys come after you, right? Huh. All right. So what do you guys think? Like, I think I want to determine what we're doing tonight, right now. Like, let me put it this way. All right, I'm down for whatever. Any indie game is cool with me. But people have been asking now for a couple of weeks for a new indie game since I finished the other ones that we were doing, like mouthwashing and stuff like that. So I want to do another one in the rotation, but I don't know what you guys want. I want to play something that people are going to show up for and actually care about, rather than, you know, I start playing something and then people are like, oh, this game sucks. They take off. You know, what would you guys like to see from the indie games realm is the question, right? I already played the Stanley Parable Lee Tide a long time ago, too. It's a great game, but after you've played it once, you've pretty much seen the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to play it again. Streets of Rage 4, like, I know all about it. It's a beat 'em up. I'm not really feeling that because it's kind of just like a beat 'em up. You know what I mean? There's not a lot to it. I played a Hollow Knight, didn't I? I never got far in it. We did Hollow Knight for Indies. No, for a Halloween marathon many years ago, right? It's the same video from 10 years ago. It just keeps playing it. I'm interested in this, but again, I don't really understand what it is. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. You wouldn't mind the fast food game? Man, maybe we should do a poll. I don't know. I really don't know what to do. Play the new game from the people who made Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, that's the creepy one where the girl stalks you, right? She's your virtual girlfriend, but then she like won't let you alone. It's like it's like turns into a horror game, right? What's it called? See, the thing is, that one's kind of with Doki Doki Literature Club. It was an interesting experience, but it took too long to get to good stuff. Like, it was too boring at the beginning. Club Bouncer Simulator. Oh boy. How do you do store? It's not even. It doesn't exist. There is no Club Bouncer Simulator. It's not even there. Fast food sim. A lot of people are saying fast food sim. What pizza would I consider classic? I mean, just like pepperoni, right? Like, just pepperoni and cheese is like a classic pizza, I would say. I played Papers, Please. I beat the whole game actually many years ago. I actually really did like Papers, Please. No, well, you're some people don't understand the concept. They're like, SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. That's not an indie game. The idea is lesser known games that are like PC exclusive, you know, that way I could play them and it gets a different crowd. It's called I Am Security. VR only coming soon. Well, I'm not playing that. It's VR only. It's also not out. A breathalyzer? And if they fail, then you beat them up? What the hell? Ugh, you punch him, his face gets all fucked up. What the hell, dude? What the? You poked him in the eye. Shave the guy. He can't get into the club till you shave him. Well, this is a weird VR game. All right, I don't know. I mean, obviously we can't play this one. It's not out yet. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking either Fast Food Simulator or Lorelei and the Laser Eyes is the two that I'm thinking of for tonight. But we got to decide. Let's decide by the end of the podcast, okay? So let's keep thinking about this. because I want to tell everyone what I'm doing tonight so people know if to show up if they're interested or not, right? I don't want people to show up and then we pick a game and they're like, oh, I don't like this. So, okay. Let's do some quick shout outs. Guys, we don't have much. Let's get some support going today. All right. I'm back from break. I'm ready for a full 6-day streaming week. We want to hit these goals to do our pizza party with a Ninja Turtles theme, right? As soon as possible. And obviously, we want to start planning for the marathon. So let's get it going. Let's get some support coming in. Let's do a few quick shout outs. So we have Smoking Socks, 7 months as a member, talking about I'm wearing a burgundy women's sweater. No, it's a pullover. It's a men's, and you're an idiot. But thanks, Smoking Socks, for the membership. I received a $2 tip from Flatman B. He says, what's up, everyone? Hope everyone is well. God bless and peace. Thank you very much, Flatman B. Our first tip of the day. Good stuff there. And let's see here. I believe that, let's see, I want to double check. It looks like Dark Side Dabbing re-up their membership? No. Dark Side Dabbing celebrated it, but had already re-upped it. So it doesn't count for today's stream, sadly. All right. Oh, by the way, Killdozer had hosted earlier. Thanks, Killdozer, for hosting. I missed it when you hosted me. My fault. But thanks for hosting, and anyone who's still around after Killdozer hosted, thanks for sticking around. We got the end of the podcast here, and then we're going to jump into Avowed. It's going to be a very chill stream. We're going to interact and hang out and have a good time today. Nothing crazy. We're going to figure out if we want to keep playing Avowed or not, because I'm not sure if we're even going to keep playing it. It's kind of been an okay game, but nothing great. I see that my lights turned off. That's great. That's delightful. All right, hold on. All right, I got the lighting back on. So, okay. I received a $5 tip. Someone says play Monkey Island 2. Didn't I already? I feel like back in the day, I played Secret of Monkey Island and I played Monkey Island 2. Were those not the two that I played a long time ago? I'm pretty sure I played both of those. But I think I had only played the 2 and that was it. I never went back and never played another Monkey Island game. So thanks for that. I also received another $5 tip from Mulciber. He says, here's a few indie ideas. Deponia. Starting with Deponia to see if you like the series. I've never heard of it. Treen. I've heard of Treen, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if I've ever played Treen. Have I? It sounds very familiar. Missing Hiker. I never heard of that one. Soma. Soma I've already played. It's from the makers of Amnesia. Completely different style of game, right, than Amnesia. But it's psychological horror, and it actually makes you think at the end. It's actually quite a good game. Outlast 1 and 2, I've played both. Outlast 1 I absolutely loved when it was a brand new game. Outlast 2 I actually really didn't like because it felt like it kind of was completely in a different vein as the original game and wasn't nearly as good of a plot. Black Mirror 2 and 3, I don't know anything about those. Post Mortem. Isn't Post Mortem the one where you're supposed to be a mortician, but all of a sudden, like, the bodies start coming alive or demons start showing up at your mortuary? I think that's what it's supposed to be. And Still Life. I don't know Still Life either. Let's see here. Very quickly. Wow, Still Life is from 2005. Holy shit. It's very old. It even had a sequel. Oh, here's Post Mortem. No, I was wrong. Post Mortem's from 2002. Holy shit. I was not even close on Post Mortem. Black Mirror 2 and 3. 2011. So these are basically like cheap horror games. Yeah, Black Mirror 2 and 3. Why are they both from 2011? How could they both have come out the same year? And then there was a new Black Mirror that came out in 2017. I guess it was supposed to be like a follow-up reboot. That one's expensive though. That one's $30. It has modern graphics though. The other two are outdated. The one for 2017 actually has modern graphics. That's interesting. Missing Hiker. $2023, not that old, but the graphics don't look. The graphics are terrible. I think they're purposefully bad. A short indie horror game. You and your brother Ethan went missing while hiking, and you need to find him. Oh. So it's a mystery that your brother's missing. You have to find him before he succumbs to the elements, and there's horror. All right. That's a possibility because it's quick. It's free. Why is it free? I wonder why it's free. I added it to the library simply because it's free. That's crazy. I don't know why it's free. All right. Treen. Let me just look at Treen quickly. Treen is a really old game, is it not? Oh my God, there's 5 of these? Yeah, it's a really colorful platformer style game, but I think it has puzzles, right? It's like a puzzle platformer. I think I saw the original on Xbox 100 years ago, like Xbox 360. I think that's where I know it from, actually. Okay. Also, In Dead, 45 months. Thank you so very much, In Dead. He says, I'm starting a new job tomorrow. Wish me luck. Good luck to you, In Dead. I hope that you do well at your new job. Thank you for 45 months of membership support on the channel. I appreciate that. Okay. I would say tonight we should either do Fast Food Simulator, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, or this missing what was it? Missing Hiker? Because that seems interesting, but it might be maybe short. I don't know. Man, we still got to figure it out. This sucks. We haven't really determined what we're gonna do. Let's still think about it. Okay. All right. So anyway, guys, let's get some support going. All right, let's get it rolling because we want to hit these goals, right? Obviously, today we want to hit a goal on this stream. We want to be hitting goals so that we can do the pizza party by, Tuesday, Wednesday-ish, and I'll schedule a Call of Duty stream as the day stream on that day. So that way we can do the Ninja Turtles event, unlock the nunchucks, and then have the pizza party all in one go, okay? So please, let's get some support. Right now, we have no super chats at all. Let's get our first super chat of the day. We have no memberships. Let's get our first membership or gifted membership of the day. We have no subs on Kick. So let's get some subs over on Kick. All right, let's get all of that momentum rolling. What we have right now is a few tips, and I appreciate that, but let's get everything else going and get some support in each area. Let's get a little bit in each, okay? Who's going to be the first sub over on Kick? Who's going to do it? I don't have an orange headband to wear. Okay. So schedule-wise, here's the deal. Today it's going to be Avowed, and tonight it's an indie game. I just don't know what indie game, but we're playing an indie game tonight. I think tomorrow what we're going to do, I think we should shift the schedule around because originally I was going to do Black Ops tomorrow, but I think we should wait because if there's potential that we could do the pizza party on Tuesday, then we should wait till Tuesday. So let's do Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, let's finish up Lost Records. Let's do the final stream of it and wrap it up so that way that game is done, okay? Then on Tuesday, we will potentially do Black Ops 6 during the day. We'll see. But let's potentially do it during the day and see how it goes because I'd like to see if we can hit the goal on that day. We can hit 5 goals between now and then. We'll do the pizza party that day. And then Tuesday night originally was going to be Smart Guys, but like I said, due to the travel and everything going on with PPP. We'd rather delay it to be on the safe side. So we're actually going to do Smart Guys on Thursday night rather than Tuesday night. And what we will then do is on Tuesday night, we can either do fighting games or we can do a Lego night. I want to do one of the two because obviously what I want to do, I want to try out my new setup, my top-down camera setup for Lego night. I think it's going to be really cool, but I want to lock it in. So I don't know if we should do it Tuesday or Wednesday night. Either one, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Either one would work. Oh, is that true? Cracker Jack says Fast Food Simulator is a game that you really have to play with others for it to be fun. Gotcha. Well, you know what? Well, then that's that. Fast Food Simulator's out. Tonight we'll either do Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, or we'll do this Missing Hiker. Or maybe we'll do both. Maybe we'll start with Missing Hiker, see if it's any good, and then maybe go to Lorelei if it sucks. Okay. There you go. Camera setup that freezes? No, it doesn't. It's just when it loads the camera, it loads this camera for a second, and it chops up for a second, and then it stops. Watch. There you go. It takes like maybe 5 seconds, and after that choppiness is gone, it's completely smooth. It just takes a second for it to load up, and then it's good. I don't know why, but it works. It's probably because this is the lower end camera. The two cameras in the corners are the higher end cameras that Instalink sells. This one right here is the lower end camera. It's actually stationary. It doesn't even move. So it's probably what it is, but it's fine. Okay. All right. I got a couple more shout outs to do. I got a $2 tip from Flatman B. Do not eat Little Caesars. I used to work there. The dough that they use is like glue. It requires a putty knife to actually scrape it off. Imagine what that does to your body. Yeah, because there's nothing fresh, right? There's absolutely going to be nothing fresh whatsoever at Little Caesars. I think we all know that. It's the cheapest grade of food. That's why it's so cheap. That's why they can make it hot and ready, pre-made. It's nothing good. I know that. So, if ever, like I said, if ever there's a real reason to go to Little Caesars, like let's say, for example, they have a brand new pizza that people want me to try or something, then I would do it. But outside of that, I don't think there's a reason to go there. Dr. Lexus has gifted our first sub over on Kick. Thank you so much, Dr. Lexus, for the first sub over on Kick. That is awesome. That gets us up to $20. And I have received a generous $20 tip from Guitar Player 1939. He says, I'm hoping that for a next upcoming marathon, you'll do a retrospective event. Interesting. Maybe. I'm thinking about this. So for the 50 event, we're not going to do a retrospective for the 50, only because we already have ideas for that. It seems like people are really leaning towards the Five Nights at Freddy's event. Like, you guys want to see me immerse myself in Five Nights at Freddy's and see if I actually really like it or if I just detest the games after playing a bunch of them. Plus, it's going to be funny to see me drinking and buzzed while I'm playing them. And I think it's going to be an interesting event. But maybe after that, all right, the next marathon we would do, all right, would actually be, if you're not aware, my birthday marathon. Because I always do a marathon the week of my birthday, right? So, maybe we could do a birthday event. That could be neat, right? I think that would be pretty cool. And maybe it could be a birthday retrospective, right? Where people can nominate some fun things. It could be gameplay, it could be vlogging. I don't know what you guys would want to go back and like watch together. Because, we were doing retro react streams pretty much every week over on DSP Throwback for like half of the year. But then we got, a little tired of it in December and I put it on hold and we haven't gotten a chance to go back to it yet. I think we will eventually. But what do you guys think of like a retrospective birthday marathon where we go down memory lane and we watch old playthroughs and vlogs and things like that, and we chill. That'd be cool, I think. Have to figure that out though, right? Well, thank you, guitar player. Let's keep that in the running as an idea. That's cool. Oh, let's see. I received a $2 tip. Maybe every now and then mention your correct channel is DSP Gaming. Some people seem to be confused and ask you to play games via chats on other channels. Well, first off, let's be transparent here, all right? Here is the problem. As I said at the very beginning of this show, okay, there is an entire ecosystem of losers on the internet that they depend on me to have content. On a day when I'm not making content, they have nothing to do with their lives, and so their channels are dead and they have nothing to do, right? So the thing is, on a day when I'm making content, they then go crazy. Oh, we got to restream, we got to clip, we got to steal, we got to do all this. So what ends up happening is, for example, there's a guy named Button Check in the fighting game community. And he's actually had a few times where he's been interested. He got a wind of my takes or something fighting game related, and he would respond to it. But he outright said a couple weeks ago he wants to respond to things I'm saying, but he can't actually get to my content. He tries to find it, but every time he tries to search for it, he just gets bombarded with the detractor content because that's how YouTube works, because YouTube is dumb as fuck. And it's true, it is. YouTube is completely dumb. It will lead you to the drama content and the stuff that's not legit before it will lead you to the stuff that's legit. It's just a really poorly designed website. It's just garbage, okay? It's like you'll get the fake news before you'll ever get the real news, right? That's how YouTube is, run by a bunch of fucking morons. So, I've tried to reach out to the guy and say, hey, this is my real channel. This is my real Twitter. Follow me here, talk to me here. He got bombarded by so many people impersonating me that I think he gave up. Because basically he said, hey, can someone tell me what the real content is? And all my detractors messaged him with fake shit. So basically now I don't think he cares anymore. I think he just kind of gave up. And if you want to know the truth, I don't blame him. Like there's so many people, all right, that literally depend on me. They're leeches and parasites. That they need that. You know what I'm saying? Like they figure if we make more drama or we make whatever, we get more content. So to them, to confuse him is better than allowing him to find the real content, because then he might talk to me and get the real story, and then all of a sudden their narratives fall apart because a level of intelligence enters the conversation, and they don't want that, right? They don't want intelligent conversation. They just want drama. So this is the problem. Seriously, this is the problem, is no matter what I do, they're going to lie, they're going to impersonate me, and they're going to do nonsense, right? You would hope that people would have a brain and say, oh, look for the YouTube channel that's, 15 years old. That's the real one. My YouTube channel is verified. All the other people who impersonate me on YouTube, they don't have verified channels like me that say DSP Gaming or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm the one who has the verified channel. That should be the way that people can find me. But sadly, there's no way on social media anymore to protect your identity. You can easily pay for the check mark on Twitter, X, it's nonsense the way that they've set it up. It really is. It's horrible how they set that up. So there's nothing I can really do about that. I could right now say, hey guys, my real channel is DSP Gaming, and my real Twitter account or X account is at They Call Me DSP. And if you want to come talk to me, come hang out with me on a live stream, or you can shoot me an email, or you can, tweet me. But it doesn't matter because no one will ever get that information because my detractors bury it on purpose, right? They literally just make up so much misinformation, and then they're the ones. Who do you think is actually running these accounts? It ain't me. It's these detractors because they want attention, you see? So they say, oh, look what he said, but I never said it. It's some bullshit clone account, right? I'm not going to be talking with people and be like, oh, let's set up private discussions and let's have private gaming sessions and this and that. That's always fake. I'm here 6 days a week working. That's how you can contact me. You know what I mean? I'm a transparent guy. I have very easy ways to contact me for anything. And it's certainly not, send me private DMs and some secret X account or secret YouTube channel. And then that's not real. You would never, Darkside Phil would never be doing that. The real Darkside Phil. So, But the saddest thing is there's really no way that I can, you know what I'm saying? There's no way I can really clear it up. There's too many idiots constantly restreaming, stealing, impersonating. I can't make them stop. Who would have to make them stop is places like YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And then they don't, it's stupid. They need to. They seriously need to cut the shit, but they just allow it. You tell me why YouTube allows it, right? I don't know. YouTube should cancel all the fucking toxic channels that just, perpetrate insane theft, crime, but they don't. They literally do nothing. They make you sue them to get it to stop. Anyway, I hear your pain, especially if you're someone who's been fooled by one of these fake Twitter accounts or one of these fake YouTube accounts, but there's nothing I can really do about that. Uh, you know, that's X sold out when Musk bought X, they turned it into a paid for, kind of drama site, which is sad. I used to have verification on X and then they took it away. And then you get paid verification and it means nothing because everyone has paid verification and everyone can impersonate everyone. So the site really, for that regard, is just worthless now. The only things I post up on X are schedule updates, an occasional tweet here or there about a random subject, and that's it. I don't really post anything of massive importance on X. So if you ever see anyone like causing problems or whatever on X, it's definitely not me because that's not even the place I would do it. You know what I mean? No, and that's the sad fact is for a while I was. If you remember, when originally Kino Casino, was doing stuff with me, I actually got a giant boost on YouTube. And for a couple months there, if you actually search for DSP or DSP Gaming, I was at the top of the search results, right? But what happens is then I didn't follow along with that. I didn't, right? And I didn't keep the drama up. And so that extra popularity that I was getting went away. And then the detractors kept up with their bullshit and their gaming of the system. Because that's all it is. They follow the same formula as everybody else. The same drama, slander, defamation, clickbait, outright lies, selective editing, literally passing around nonsense, tinfoil hat bullshit, insulting thumbnails. It's the same bullshit everyone does. It's just there's no rocket science to it. The YouTube formula is very easy to abuse to win. It's just that some people play the game and some don't, and I never have. I've literally never, ever played the YouTube game. I don't give a fuck. Excuse me. Something in my throat. Ugh. But so they kept doing it, and then after a few months of me actually having that lead on them, they retook it because again, they're never going to give up. They're a bunch of losers. Again, they rely on me. The 2 days I just had off, they had nothing to do, so they had to literally create drama. So they had something to talk about because there was nothing going on. You see? All right. That's correct. Yes, someone just tipped another buck. And they said the stupid algorithm basically recommends the detractor channels before you. That's why Button Check can't find me. Because he'll hear, oh, Phil said this about an opinion. I want to find that. And he'll try to find it on YouTube and he'll just get recommended 40 detractors who all took what I said out of context, edited it with dumb memes and shit in it. So you can't just get the actual thing I said. And it makes it impossible to make content around it because you can't get the raw content. A lot of people don't know that you have to go, oh, there goes my bit rate again, by the way. Now my internet is crapping out again. Oh my God. Boy, I tell you guys. So I had several days with no issues and now my internet just started to crap out again. You see what I mean about these tech issues? Again, I have nothing to do with them. Like literally, I have nothing to do with these tech issues. My wireless turns itself off. Well, that wasn't me. I didn't do that. Now my internet is messing up and dropping. And it's like, well, I'm not doing that. And by the way, again, it's not a DDoS attack. If it were a DDoS attack, my entire modem would turn off and restart and then turn on again. It would have to completely cycle. And that's not what's happening here. It's the quality of the internet is dipping, and then it's coming back, and then it's dipping, and then it's coming back. It's very frustrating. Again, I have nothing to do with this. So what we'll probably have to do, we'll end the podcast and we'll just hang out here for a little bit until the internet solidifies, because there's no point in trying to stream a game if it's going to be doing this. It's so dumb. Yep, there it goes. It's the webcam's fault. It's not the webcam's fault. I'll tell you, it's the internet. The internet is just, it's fucking stupid. It's flaky. And it's been fine for many other streams, right? And then all of a sudden now today, it just starts immediately right now. All right. What we'll do, let's end the podcast, all right? And then what we'll do is we'll hang out for a bit. We're just going to have to hang out until the internet stops being finicky, because there's no point in me trying to start Avowed. How are you going to even see the gameplay, right? Guitar Player did a $5 super chat. He says, I'm pretty sure if you stopped making content for a week, these people would go away. They wouldn't go away. Again, they would go stir crazy and have nothing to do. Seriously, like, no lie. 2 days. 2 days away. All right? No content. So what do? They actually go out and start making death threats to people, and then name dropping me in the death threat to try to act like I'm involved, because I'm not here to make content. So they have to invent the drama content. Get it? Like, they have to literally make it because I'm not here. So, oh no, the parasite can't survive. So now we have to fabricate something. Right? That's obviously not even real. But, there's people are morons, and then they give that attention to the person that they're craving. And then that person says, oh, look, the action that I took got the reaction I wanted. So now I'm, it just creates that cyclical situation, but that's what I mean. That's what the extent that they'll go to in order to get attention when I'm not here, because they have nothing to talk about, because they have no content to make, because I'm not here. So they have nothing to regurgitate. They have nothing to restream. They have nothing to repost. They have nothing to misquote. They have nothing to slander and defame. So instead they make up their own drama situation and then try to put my name in it like I'm involved when I'm not. They're out of their minds. These people are fucking nuts. But no, if I went away for a week, they would all lose their minds for a week. But at the moment that I come back, they would go right back to it. Because again, they literally depend on me. Without me, there is no them. They literally don't exist without Darkside Phil. They are nobodies. They are limp dick losers. That's why they do what they do. If they had talent, if they had power, if they had intelligence, they would go do something for themselves. But instead, they have to leech off of me. Get it? But thank you, Guitar Player, for the $5 super chat. Is the internet solidifying a bit now? It looks like it might be. I think we should still end the show, just so if it does crap out again, it's not, hurting the end of the podcast. All right. So thank you guys so much for being here and chilling. I hope that you enjoyed the show. I'm glad that we stayed away from drama, because I'm not going to waste time on it. And I'm glad that we're starting the week strong. We got good stuff coming up this week. We've got, like I said, we got great gameplay. We got a Lego night. We got the return of Smart Guys. We got a new 3-camera setup. We got a new background, right? Everything's feeling fresh and new and exciting. So I hope that you guys are as excited as I am for all of the content. By the way, it says Dan the Man resubbed. So thank you for that, Dan the Man. I'll count that towards our goal. But thank you so much for a great show. Tomorrow, we will continue with Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza. And likely on the late stream tomorrow night, we'll be doing some different fun stuff, finishing up Lost Records. All right. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow. And peace out.